You always think it won't be you, that you're smarter than the rest, that you'd never send money to a stranger online, that only desperate people fall for scams. I used to think that, too, until I met someone who knew exactly how to earn my trust, speak my language, and sell me a dream I didn't even realize I wanted. They didn't take my money overnight. They built a relationship. They made me believe. And then they disappeared. This is how it happened. It started with a Telegram message at 2 a.m. I was half asleep, scrolling through crypto news and market updates like I always did. The sender's name was Marcus_Trades, and the profile photo showed a sharp-looking man in a suit, standing in front of a Bloomberg screen. I ignored it at first. I didn't know him. But when I clicked on his profile out of boredom, I saw he was a member of several large crypto trading groups I was already part of. That made him feel familiar. He didn't pitch me anything. Not at first. He said he noticed some of my comments in the group, particularly one where I mentioned I'd made a loss on Ethereum earlier that month. He said he used to trade ETH professionally before moving into portfolio consulting. Nothing flashy, just casual conversation between two traders. Over the next few days, we chatted more. He sent links to articles, screenshots of his trades, charts with simple explanations. The way he broke things down made him sound educated, but not arrogant. He even recommended some YouTube channels and newsletters I had never heard of, and when I checked them, they were legit. By day 5, I found myself looking forward to our conversations. He wasn't just some guy sending spam. He seemed to genuinely want to help. He explained how traditional investing had too many barriers and how crypto, when handled right, was the future. I agreed. I'd always felt the system was rigged, and this felt like a shortcut through it. That's when he mentioned the client pool, a small group of private investors he advised directly. He said they worked together to beat the market, using collective data, AI models, and verified research. He made it sound like a mastermind group rather than a get-rich-quick scheme. He even said, "No pressure, just sharing it in case you want to explore smarter strategies." He offered a trial round. Said I could put in as little as $500 to test the waters. Let the numbers speak, he said. And he had numbers. He sent a link to a slick dashboard that looked like a real-time trading tracker. It had slots for different portfolios, market watch, even an earnings graph that updated every few hours. I hesitated. I'm not usually impulsive with money, but I had just pulled out of a failed stock pick and had exactly $500 sitting idle in my wallet. I figured, worst case, I lose it. Best case, I get a foothold into something bigger. So I transferred $500 in USDT to the wallet address he provided. He confirmed receipt in under 10 minutes and activated my account on the dashboard. Sure enough, I could now see a small bar labeled My Portfolio, showing $500 invested in 3 altcoins I'd actually heard of. The next day, the value showed $540, then $580. Within 4 days, my balance read $630. He told me these were short-term yield spikes due to time buys. The data made sense. The movement looked real. I was hooked. He said the more I invested, the better the compound potential. At $2,000 plus, the algorithm would unlock higher frequency trades. That was all it took. I moved another $2,000 from my savings, sent it in batches, and watched my dashboard value soar past $3,400 in under a week. That's when I decided to cash out. Just a small amount, maybe $200, to see if it worked. When I messaged him, he said withdrawals were done every Friday through the dashboard. But to initiate the first one, I needed to verify my wallet, a standard anti-laundering step, he said. The fee? $250, refundable upon withdrawal. My stomach dropped. It was the first time I felt a warning bell. But I remembered his voice messages, his help, his charts, his steady language. I didn't want to believe it was a scam. I thought, maybe this is just how real traders work. Maybe I'm being paranoid. I sent the $250. He replied with a confirmation message and said my withdrawal would be processed within 48 hours. I waited. Refreshed. Nothing. Then he sent another message. There's a compliance flag. The system detected unusual activity in your region. One final step, anti-money laundering clearance. $600. After that, you get your full balance. That's when everything in me screamed, stop. But it was like I was already on a train I couldn't jump off. I'd invested $2,500, and my dashboard balance was showing $4,200. If I bailed now, I'd lose everything. So I sent the $600. The moment I hit send, his messages slowed down. His profile photo vanished. I refreshed the dashboard. It showed server error. I tried again. Same result. My stomach twisted. I messaged him. Is everything okay? No reply. I tried the Telegram group where we'd met. Gone. Deleted. I checked his username. User not found. It felt like a trapdoor had opened beneath me. I had no idea who I'd been talking to, what company he really worked for, or where my money had gone. I filed a cybercrime report, submitted screenshots, wallet addresses, everything I could gather. But I already knew what they'd say. Crypto was untraceable. Telegram was encrypted. My chances were slim. I couldn't sleep for days. I stopped talking to friends. I skipped meals. I replayed every message, trying to see what I missed. How I let myself fall for it. I wasn't broke, but I was broken. It wasn't just the money. It was the betrayal of trust one never should have given. I joined forums for scam victims and realized how many others had stories just like mine. Same dashboard, same style of messages, even the same names. Turns out, these scams aren't run by individuals. They're entire call centers. Organized fraud disguised as financial help. One woman lost $8,000 trying to invest for her daughter's college. Another man sold his motorcycle thinking he was entering a pre-IPO buy-in. They all had one thing in common. They thought they were too smart to fall for it. What stung most was how long it took me to accept I'd been conned. Even days after the profile vanished, I kept checking the dashboard, hoping maybe it would come back. That somehow, it was just a glitch. But it never did. I told my family 2 weeks later. I expected them to be mad. Instead, my brother said, they almost got me too, same style. That's when I realized how widespread this had become. I started documenting my experience. Not just to cope, but to warn others. I wrote blog posts, left comments on scam reporting sites, even emailed crypto influencers to raise awareness. I wanted to do something, anything, to make the damage mean something. Since then, I've gotten dozens of new DMs from other so-called advisors. Different names, different logos, but the same script. Hi, I noticed your trading history. They always start friendly. Now I just block them. There's a lesson here that I wish I'd learned before. Scams no longer look like shady emails or broken English. They look like investment plans, dashboards, and data. They speak your language. They study your behavior. They wait for you to blink. Don't trust anyone who finds you. Real investment advisors don't cold message strangers on Telegram. And no legitimate platform will ever ask for more money to withdraw what's already yours. The $3,300 I lost was tuition, not in finance, but in human psychology. I learned how greed disguises itself as ambition, how trust can be manipulated with just the right tone, how hope is sometimes the most dangerous currency of all. I'm rebuilding now, slowly, but I won't stay quiet. If my story makes just one person hesitate before hitting send, then maybe it wasn't all for nothing. If you're watching this and you're on the edge of making a decision, stop. Take a breath. Ask someone else. Verify. And if they pressure you, even subtly, that's your answer right there. I fell for a dream, sold to me by a stranger. But I'm not the last. You might be next. Unless you stop now. Don't send it. Don't believe it. Just walk away. If you found this story helpful or eye-opening, please consider sharing it with someone who might be at risk. The more people know about these scams, the harder it becomes for scammers to succeed. And if you've experienced something similar or want to share your story to help others, send it to us at the email in the description below. You might save someone from falling into the same trap. This is Michael Mitnick, where we expose scammers and their trick so you can stay safe. Kindly like, share, and subscribe for more video.